Hi, thank you for watching. As the title says, this video is a hammer tutorial. I've been getting some comments like, what is that move? Or can you drop a hammer tutorial? So I decided to make this one. I hope this video will be helpful to you, even just a little. Talking too long is boring, so let's get into the main point. In this video, I'll introduce attacks I usually use, attacks I sometimes use, and attacks I rarely use. I'll also explain what kind of features each attack has. First, let's start with the basic attacks that we usually use. The combo of overhead smash, side smash, and upswing. You know, these attacks have been around for a long time and are commonly used. In this game, just pressing triangle button repeatedly will let you perform overhead smash followed by upswing. It's so easy! But if you press triangle together with the left stick, only the first attack will become side smash. Compared to just pressing triangle, this option finishes the combo a bit faster. And since the damage difference isn't that big, I highly recommend using the combo of side smash, overhead smash, upswing. By the way, unlike in the previous series, we can actually walk during the combo in this game. Oh my god! We can take about 3 steps while keeping the combo going, which lets we adjust our hunter's position. It may seem minor, but it's really useful. We can dodge monsters' attacks with this. And we can keep hitting them if they flinch or get knocked down. Also, as some people might already know, we can offset some monsters' attacks with upswing. I'll explain more about that later. Next are the charged attacks. These are iconic for hammer, so a lot of people already know them. I think. It's really simple to use. Just hold R2 button. The attack changes while you're holding it, so just release R2 button at the timing you want. By the way, Hunter's body color also changes while holding R2, so you can use that as a guide. First, if you release R2 right away, you'll perform charged side blow. If you wait until the body grows orange, you'll perform charged upswing. Finally, if you wait until it grows red, you'll perform charged big bang. Also, if you press triangle button right after charged side blow, or charged upswing, you'll perform charged follow up. Since the damage of charged side blow is low, I recommend always using it together with charged follow up. In my opinion, if you are using hammer for the first time, or you are not used to it yet, these charged attacks are the best place to start when fighting monsters. Because you can move while using charge, and you can dodge monsters' attacks and keep an eye on the situation. Once you see a chance, release charge and hit them hard. Repeat this over and over, and you can hunt monsters.
Are you serious?
It's basically a hit and run style. Even after you get used to hammer, it's a good habit to keep. If monsters move away, or you are not sure what they will do next, just use charge and it will be fine. Next is mighty charge. First, I'll explain the easiest and most useful way to use it. The first thing you should learn while you're using charge and can go into charged big bang, press triangle button and circle button at the same time. This is the way I recommend. It's a powerful new attack added in this game. While using it, Hunter swings hammer around and can move at the same time. But it's really slow though. By the way, you can also use mighty charge upswing if you release triangle and circle before Hunter swings hammer twice. However, the main feature is Mighty Charge Slam, performed by letting Hunter fully swing hammer, then releasing triangle and circle. It deals massive damage to monsters. Back when the game launched, hammer was pretty weak, and Mighty Charge Slam was pretty much the only way to deal big damage. So those days left a bitter memory. I got off topic a bit, but you can also use Mighty Charge after Upswing, Big Bang Fall, Spinning Strong Upswing, Focus Blow Earthquake, and even after Follow Up Spinslam. Each of these has its own uses, so I recommend learning them. But if you are new to hammer, or not used to it yet, just remember this. You can use Mighty Charge when you can go into charged Big Bang, and after Upswing. These two are the ones we use most often. And when you've got Mighty Charge Slam ready, I recommend using it with Focus Mode. As you can see, the crosshair in the center is growing. If you use Mighty Charge Slam then, Hunter steps forward a bit while slamming. This is handy when you are just slightly out of range. From here, I'll explain some attacks I usually use, but that are a bit particular. First up, the Big Bang. Just smash circle button, and we can chain it all the way to Big Bang finisher, making it really easy to use. However, we can't move while attacking, and if we miss even once before finisher, we will be left wide open. Because of that, it's basically only used when monsters are knocked down. By the way, as I mentioned earlier, we can also follow Big Bang Fall with Mighty Charge. And if we use Focus Mode, Hunter steps forward a bit during Big Bang, letting us cross the gap on a monster. So make sure to use it. Next, let's talk about Charge Step. Actually, this isn't an attack, but a handy evasive move you can perform by just pressing circle button while using charge. Normally, if you dodge, the charge gets cancelled. But if you use this, you can dodge without losing it. It's also great for closing in when you are like,
I wanna attack the monster, but the distance is far.
On top of that, it gives you just a tiny bit more invincibility frames than a regular dodge. This is great!
Wow!
But let me repeat, it's only a tiny bit longer, so don't rely on it too much.
What?
Next up, I'll talk about Focus Blow Earthquake. To use it, just press R1 button while in focus mode. But you should only use it on monsters' wounds or weak points, never anywhere else. Back then, its hitbox was trash. And if he missed, Hunter would be left wide open. Honestly, this was one of the weakest attacks. And even now, if you only use it by itself, it's still weak.
So what are we supposed to do?
It's simple. While using it, keep holding R2 to charge. In other words, by following Focus Blow Earthquake with charge, it finally becomes a proper attack. So make sure to always add charge afterward. By the way, if you adjust the timing of when you start charging, you can even go into charged upswing. But for now, whenever Focus Brawl Earthquake runs, monsters will always either flinch or get knocked down. So the basic idea is, start charging right away, and as soon as Focus Brawl ends, go straight into charged Big Bang for now, at least. Also, you can use Mighty Charge here too, which is another good option. Next up, follow-up Spinslam. This move didn't even exist when the game launched. Back then, even if we succeeded with our offset, all we got was Mighty Charge or something. So everyone kept saying, what the hell is this weapon? But thanks to an update, this attack was finally added. Maybe because of that, follow-up Spinslam is actually the hammer's highest damage move. After a successful offset, if follow-up Spinslam becomes available, Hunter will start spinning and moving toward the monster. While Hunter is spinning, press triangle button to perform follow-up Spinslam before it spins 4 times. If you don't press the button in time, it will fail, so be careful. Also, you can chain into other moves like Mighty Charge or something after a follow-up Spinslam. If you handle it, you can pull off back-to-back offsets or land a Mighty Charge Slam for massive damage. Overall, it's a super strong and really fun attack. Speaking of which, how do we even land our offset in the first place? It works if you use Upswing, Charged Upswing, Spinning Strong Upswing, or Mighty Charge Upswing. Then just throw it right into the monster's attacks. But we can't offset against every single attack, so be careful. Personally, I think Charged Upswing is the easiest one to pull off. It's great because we can move while using it, and the hitbox is big. So if you are new to hammer or something, I recommend practicing offset with this first. The next one I'd recommend is Upswing. It's a bit harder to use since we can't always use it whenever we want. But if you hold triangle button, you can ready your hammer about 3 seconds, waiting for their attack. So once you get the hang of it, Upswing can be just as useful, or even more useful than charged Upswing. Plus, it also has a big hitbox. If you can master both charged Upswing and Upswing, and consistently land offsets, you'll start to really feel the hammer strength and fun. That's when you'll fall in love with this weapon even more. So keep at it. Actually, I recommend saving those for when you've gotten more comfortable with hammer. Mighty Charge Upswing is often used when you want to land another offset right after pulling one off with a different move. And in my opinion, its hitbox feels a bit small, and the timing is pretty tricky. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it if you are still not used to hammer. Now, I'm going to talk about Spinning Strong Upswing. I'll go into more detail later, but to begin with, it's not a move you'll be using very often. You can hold the triangle button to charge it, just like with Upswing. But it doesn't see much use. Plus, it leaves Hunter really wide open, so I can't recommend it either. In any case, you should first focus on mastering charged Upswing and Upswing. Once you've gotten used to hammer, then you can practice Mighty Charge Upswing and Spinning Strong Upswing as well. How consistently you can run those offsets also depends on how well you know monsters, so at the end of the day, it's all about practice. Oh, I almost forgot something important. Mighty Charge Upswing, Upswing, Charged Upswing, and Spinning Strong Upswing. All 4 of these moves have HA, what I call Hyper Armor. What this means is, even if you take a hit that would normally knock Hunter back, HA lets you ignore that knockback. So, Hunter turns into a rock, like the rock. Like the rock.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
But remember, you still take damage. It does get reduced a little, but you definitely still take it. Being able to ignore knockback is really powerful. However, HA isn't invincible. It doesn't protect you from every attack. And if you keep tanking multiple monster hits using HA, it might look like nothing's happening. But in reality, the countdown of stun just keeps going. So the next time you take a hit, there's a high chance you'll get stunned. And if that happens, you are in serious danger of fainting right there. By the way, this also applies when you are chaining multiple offsets in a row.
Oh shit. Nope.
So, if you are constantly taking monster attacks back to back, make sure to back off for a moment and avoid taking hits. Alright, from here, I'll talk about attacks I sometimes use. Spinning Bludgeon. Let's start with this one. You can chain into it from almost any other attack by pressing triangle and circle at the same time. After that, if you press triangle before Hunter spins twice, you can use Spinning Side Smash. If you press triangle before 4 spins, you can use Spinning Follow Up. And if you press triangle before 6 spins, you can use Spinning Strong Upswing. However, if you let it go to 7 spins, nothing will come out and you'll fail. So be careful not to let that happen. There's one thing you should remember though. You don't even need to count every spin or memorize the timing. Once you start using Spinning Bludgeon, just hold the triangle right away. Hunter will spin a few times, then automatically ready the hammer, and simply releasing triangle will trigger Spinning Strong Upswing. It's really handy, so make sure to remember that. And one more thing, even though it's the same Spinning Bludgeon, sometimes you can use it quickly, and sometimes you can't. Take a look at the attacks shown on screen. After these, if you press triangle and circle together, you can use the quick version of Spinning Bludgeon. If you try it after other attacks, it will come out a bit slower, so it's better to avoid that.
I get how to use it now. But you said you only use Spinning Bludgeon sometimes. What do you mean?
Spinning Bludgeon has one major strength. It boosts elemental damage compared to other attacks. For example, if your hammer has a strong fire element, and the monster you're fighting is weak to fire, this move becomes effective. It's quite worth using. But on the flip side, that also means it's only really useful in those kinds of situations. So it's not something you'll be using all the time. Plus, it's a bit hard to handle. Alright, I'll talk about the attacks I rarely use. This will be the last part. First, mid-air Spinning Bludgeon. You can use it while moving and using charge on a slope, then release R2. It's fun, but I don't really use that, and there's no real need to. Oh, and you can adjust your direction mid-spin by activating Focus Mode. Also, if you don't want to use this in the first place, you can just start with Focus Mode instead. To be honest, it's much more important to remember that than to memorize all the details about mid-air Spinning Bludgeon. Next up is Jumping Charged Attack. It used to be pretty strong in older titles, but in this game, it's kinda... We can still use it when we want to mount a monster, so it's not like we never use it.
Why are you running?
And finally, another mid-air spinning Bludgeon, but this time, the one that uses walls instead of slopes. I only ever use this by accident when I didn't mean to. It's To be honest, I could actually call this an attack I never use.
Wow.
Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. I've talked about and explained a lot of things. But since this was my first time making a tutorial video like this, I'm not really sure if I did it right. Still, if this video helped you even a little, or if you enjoyed it, I'd be really happy. If this goes well, next time I'll make something like a commentary with actual gameplay or something, but maybe. I'd also love to hear your ideas or suggestions in the comments. I'll check them out as much as I can. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in other videos.